Hey guys, I'm fresh out of my yoga teacher training, the last day of this week. So this is week 2, and let me tell you, there was a lot of stuff going on. So I'm just get right to it. So what I didn't explain in the last video is every weekend kind of has themes. And they're the yamas of yoga, or like the ethics of yoga. So to put it in simpler terms, the ethics of yoga. So last weekend was ahisma, which is nonviolence, and this weekend was sattva, which is truthfulness. So this weekend was basically about like finding out like your truth, like going deeper down into yourself and kind of realizing like, am I this, am I that, and just kind of being with that, So on Friday, it was just, regular becoming, and we all have a practice, but we had a guest teacher because our regular instructor's foot was messed up, so we had another instructor, but her name was Andrea Moore, and she was really cool. If you guys ever come to Reno, check her classes out. She's it's a very balanced class, very core, like you're going to be working your core if you go to her class, but it was really good class. I loved it. But you're definitely, if you want to sweat, go to her class. And after the practice, we kind of got into a circle. And then our instructor had sent us an email the night prior to Friday, basically telling us like that she's gonna explain our homework, because let me tell you, we had there's so much homework. I mean, it's 10 hours. It's for the whole course, so like a month, but like we have to memorize 2 sequences because we're gonna be practice teaching in a couple weeks. We have to read a book, well actually a couple books, and then kind of reflect on them and kind of talk about like what the goal of yoga is and so on. So she was just kind of explaining more in depth of our homework. So that was basically that, and we kind of just had like a discussion. Nothing real major. So on Saturday, I gotta think. Well, first we have like an hour and a half of practice because, well, I'll get into that later. So we had like an hour and a half of practice, a lot of core work. So Friday plus Saturday, a lot of core. So, and then we did practice. And then after that, we kind of had a little writing exercise where we wrote about a paragraph about what our intention is for our yoga practice and what we wish to teach to others, like what we want to bounce off to ourselves, like onto others, like what we want to share with others, basically. And then we had to get in partners, and she called it the cupcake and the icing. Like one person was the icing, one person was the cupcake. In this case, I was the icing and my partner was the cupcake. So the person that was the icing would read part of their story, and then my partner would just listen. No nodding the head, no acknowledging, just being there and just straight up listening. And then I would read one part to him, and then he would repeat the part I read back, and then so on and so forth. So I'm not gonna go into, well, I might go into what I wrote. So we all did that, and then we kind of discussed like our intention and what we want to teach to others, like while we're teaching, and why yoga means so much to us, like what brought us to it, basically. And this one girl in my class, she has anxiety like me, and she was talking about how when she has her anxiety episodes, it's really hard for her to breathe. Like she feels like she's drowning, which is very common in anxiety. And she said when she found yoga that she could, like, it was like she took her first breath, because yoga is all about the breath and the movement, like bringing those two together with the mind. So yoga, because it has such that huge focus on the breath, she felt like she was taking her first breath. Like, it was like a breath of fresh air. She's like, wow, like, this is what it feels like to really breathe. Like, and that was really meaningful, because after she said that, I'm like, oh, well, my anxiety makes me kind of like scatterbrained, like, like really like fast, like just doing everything fast and like talking fast, maybe even stuttering. And yoga taught me how to like slow down and take everything as it comes, like not going too fast into something, not being anxious about everything, just taking everything as it comes, like letting things be, letting go. So I really want to teach that to others, like teach people, because we have such a busy modern life going on out there with our phones and like TV and entertainment, all of this, and we never really, it's hard for our society to like take a step back and like slow down, like really like slow down and remember, like reflect on who we are, like I don't know, and just like release some of that tension that we have so much tension built up, like it's just we really need to let that go, like just I don't know, but yeah, that was basically what I wrote, and I really want to pass that on to others. It's just really important. It's really important to slow down and just enjoy yourself. Forget about all the exterior noise and commotion. Just come into yourself and just be happy with where you are. So anyways, we finished with that. We had a little bit of discussion about it. And then we went to lunch, and then we came back. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we were scheduled to have a guest teacher named Rick Eister, who teaches meditative practices, and he came in for 3 hours and just taught this really awesome meditative class. Like, it was very yin yoga, which is very relaxed, slower movements, and very meditative. We did a lot of breath exercises, like the sipping breath. that was a fun one. But yeah, he's just amazing. Like, if you guys ever come to Reno, you gotta see Andrea Moore and Rick Eister. They are amazing. You guys will get your mind blown. It's crazy. So that was a really good experience for me, because I don't really, since my mind is so busy, I usually go towards the vinyasa yoga. I mean, I have done meditative yoga before, but I don't do it avidly, so this was a really awesome experience for me. It was so cool. He was basically talking to us too. He said, like, your perceptions and what you think, they're not real. We make them up, kind of like how time is an illusion. Humans made that up. Your perceptions and what people think of you, just thoughts, like, they're all, I wouldn't say fake, but they're non-existent, which I thought was really powerful. And what he also said, which I want to pass on to you guys, is he was talking about anxiety and depression. A lot of people that have anxiety or depression disorders, they often think something's wrong with them. And he was going on about how there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. So if you struggle with anxiety and depression, do not think you're like an alien or something weird, like, oh God, something's wrong. Nothing is wrong with you. We all go through our moments, some more than others. It's just all about like finding your truth and just getting to know that and being okay with your anxiety, being okay with your depression, just embracing it and learn to love it, and it will totally transform. Like, instead of being in your own suffering, just like let go and just embrace who you are. Like, you are that for a reason. Like, well, actually, we are nothing, but we had that perception of anxiety and depression for a reason. It helps us grow, and yeah. So that was some of the stuff that he said. I loved it. I love him. He's like the sweetest. Like, oh my God. And so anyway, that was done. Oh, by the way, Sunday morning I was totally dead. Like, I was exhausted. Like, I was like, oh, I hope I don't do anything too strenuous today, because I can't, like, but so on Sunday, we come in and she's like, our teacher was like, so do you guys want to have like, what are you guys in the mood for? Like, are you kind of like slow practice today or fast? And we're like, slow, because we were all exhausted from yesterday. So much stuff was released out of us. It was like, oh my god. But yeah, so we just had kind of a slower practice, but it was kind of challenging because we were all kind of sore and very like just tired, and we were kind of just didn't want to do anything major, you know. So we did that, and then we had lunch. Or no, sorry, before that, we got in partners again and did another exercise with truthfulness, except we had to write down lies we've told in the past week or day or whatever. And I put how I'm feeling and like plans. Like if someone asks me, you know, we all do it, you know. If someone asks me, hey, do you want to hang out? I'm like, oh no, I don't feel good. But then you really just want to be alone, you know. Or if someone's like, oh, how are you? And I'm like really tired. I just don't want to explain, you know, like. So I'm like, oh, I'm good, you know. If a stranger comes by, how are you? Good, you know. Just simple things. I mean, I don't like to lie, so it wasn't really a big deal for me. But then, so we got in partners, and we had to explain what lies we've told, and like what would it be like if we told the truth, and what would our environment look like if we told the truth. So I just put like the weight would be totally lifted. It's relief, having that openness with another person and having them accept the truth. And another thing is, I think a reason why we lie is that acceptance of the other person. Like, we're worried that they're not gonna like me or you, or they're gonna be like, oh, or they're gonna feel bad. You know, you don't want that guilt on another person. So that was a really interesting exercise. Just, it was good to hear what other people had to say too. So after that, we went to lunch, and we had a really long discussion, so we went out to lunch late. It was just discussion about yoga things, you know. So, and then we come back, we continue that discussion, talking about like the 4 major styles of yoga, and just kind of going into depth with those. And then at the end, we got in a circle, and like I said last time, we had the chant. We had the chant again, but this time the chant was actually, like, I could actually pronounce it, so I didn't have a problem with it, but it was really good. It feels like such a family when we're all in that circle and just like singing together. It's a great feeling. You guys should try it out. But yeah, so that was week 2. There's a lot of emotions going into this week, so yeah, but it was really fulfilling and just really, it was magical. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll talk to you guys 2 weeks. Alright, bye.